Yeah, I feel like one of the biggest problems when I want to give back, especially coming from a revert perspective, is that I always find to myself, how many non-Muslims can say that they had a drug problem, an alcohol problem,
Yeah,
they were homeless,
yeah,
they had a misuse problem,
yeah,
and they were helped by a Muslim organization
yeah.
to come off that. Because there's so many
common.
Muslims who can say I had a drug problem, an alcohol problem, I was homeless,
But
and non-Muslims helped me get out of
that's
that.
crazy.
But how many non-Muslims can say that about us? Even though we're the biggest
That's crazy.
charity donor in the whole of the United Kingdom, we raise the most money for charity.
Yeah.
You know, we give the most charity. Even though we're in, especially in Ramadan, we raise some crazy amounts of money in Ramadan. We have our Prime Minister who come out and say that the Muslim community are the biggest charity donating community in the country and blah, blah, blah. But how much of that money, I think there's a ridiculous amount of, like, every year in the month of Ramadan, we can build an Emirates Stadium with the amount of money that's raised as a community, as a group. We could build an Emirates Stadium every year. And that stadium, that facility, that organization, that infrastructure would belong to Muslims. We can build one of them every year in this country that can facilitate for everyone. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that, do we have an Emirates Stadium? Do we have that in this country? Do we have something that big, you know, giving back to the wider community? Do we have that impact locally, to non-Muslims? Because one of the ways to give dawah is not just by telling people this is Islam, this is just talking and being theoretical. One of the reasons and the best way to give dawah is being practical.
It's your actions,
it's to show people. So I feel like if we had a neighbor, Lucy, David, John, who can be like, see the news reports, Muslims, and be like, hold on, when my son was addicted to heroin, it was Ahmed and Ali and them one in their organizations that got him off it. Yeah. It was If they have that with them, we don't have to go and tell them Islam doesn't teach that, Islam, because they've had practical and practical examples